Right, hello everyone. Right, what we're doing today is we have a slight problem, well, hoping it's a slight problem on the Jaguar. We went out in it last Sunday to the Area 47 Jaguar Drivers Club meeting, and we did about 100 miles that day. Now, towards the end of the day, I got a warning light on the dashboard saying the coolant was low. Now, I checked the coolant levels, and it was just below the minimum reading. Now, I'd already topped it up a few days earlier and put about 1 litre of fluid in, coolant fluid in. So this could be caused by a number of problems, number of symptoms. It could be caused by something as simple as the radiator cap hasn't been tightened down properly or is worn. It could be caused by a leaking hose somewhere. It could be caused by a faulty radiator, oil cooler or water pump, or even a cylinder head gasket. Now, I'm going to go through a few checks today, simple little checks. And we're going to start at the beginning and work our way through this problem. Hopefully it won't be something as serious as having to remove the cylinder heads and do the gaskets. That is the last resort, and I wouldn't be looking forward to a job like that. You know, it's only done just over 50,000 miles, so hopefully it's going to be something simple. So let's get into it now. We'll open the bonnet and get into it. Right. This is the coolant expansion tank here. It's situated straight in front of the driver's wheel on the right hand side of the vehicle. Now, I have had this cover off and I've checked all the hoses, and I can't see any obvious leaks. There's no damp patches underneath the vehicle anywhere. It's been standing for about 3 days. So, but that's no indication really. It's only an that's only an indication really, because these things sometimes leak when they get hot, and the plastic or the rubber, everything expands. It leaks then. Now, what I did notice on this cap is you're supposed to tighten this cap down until you hear one click. So now, I know I didn't do that because I never read the manual, but what I've done is I've bought a new cap anyway. Now, the coolant level, I don't know if you can see that, is I topped this up to just above minimum. I put a little bit of fluid in, it's just down there. Now I know that hasn't moved. So what we're going to do is we're going to fill it up with fluid first, coolant first, and take it from there. Right, so that's topped up to the right level now. Just got a new cap. You have to make sure you get the right one. It's 200 kPa. There are others, 140s and such like that, so this is a 200 kPa. Tighten it down. There's one click, so that should be okay. Now, this is a pressurized system, so it's if that cap's not on right and it's not working at the right pressure or it's faulty, vapour will leak from the cap, and it is quite a common problem apparently. Now, I can't really see if anything's wrong with this cap, but keep hold of it anyway, just in case for now. Right then. One of the things that made me think it might have been the cap was when we were on the trip yesterday. We pulled up at a location and I could smell, you can like sort of smell the coolant. I had the window open and I could smell the coolant. It's like a sweet smell in the air, which suggests that it's a vapour leak from somewhere, and hopefully it's going to be the cap. Now, I can't hear any rattling or any suggestion that it's the water pump, which is also a problem on these vehicles. The water pump tends to go on these vehicles quite around about 50-60,000 miles apparently. But also another little check that you can do is you can remove the oil filler cap and just check that there's no mayonnaise on the cap. There's nothing in there. It's nice and clean. I don't know if you can see that, but it's nice and clean inside. So that's good. And I can't see any signs whatsoever of any hoses leaking anywhere. There's no signs of any fluid anywhere. So hopefully that's going to be the problem. Because stupidly, I didn't realise that cap had to be tightened down like that. I just nipped it up, and this older one seems to be much stiffer than the new one. So I thought it was tight. Maybe that was the problem, and I'm hoping that's the problem. User error rather than stupid user error rather than a problem with the mechanics of the vehicle. So the next thing now really is to take the vehicle for a run and see if we lose any coolant. So hopefully we'll be okay. That's ongoing saga really. So there'll be several. If this ends up a more serious problem, we could have several videos on this, because it'll take me a while. If that cylinder head's gone, boy am I going to be panicking. It's going to take me a while to do that. And that would be a job that I wouldn't be looking forward to. But so I suppose the next thing really, if this doesn't work, is to put the pressure tester on it and test it for leaks anywhere. And see if we've actually got a pressure leak. But hopefully that's going to be it. It's not overheating. It never overheated. I could just smell the coolant in the air. So hopefully that's where it's going to be. Anyway, waffling on here now. Let's just hope that fixes it. Oh, one other thing. I got this cap from eBay, and it was about 15 or 16 pounds, so it's not an expensive item. And to be honest, I probably didn't even need it, because if I haven't clicked that down properly, well then it is going to leak. Right, we've brought the car on a little drive to see if we can find out if there are any leaks in the coolant system. And basically we've come around like a kind of a round trip, just on the edge of the Denby Moors, a beautiful location, and we've just stopped over in this little lay-by to see what we can see. Now, I think it's more than the cap. I can smell coolant in the engine, and I don't know whether there's a very slight bit of wet round here, just round there, but down there I can see something down there. I don't know if you can see it down there, but I can see some wet down there at the front of the engine, but I can't see where it's coming from. Possibly that bottom hose, just second hose down, which I think is some sort of return for the heater, but I'm not sure. The bottom pipe there, that bottom clip, we'll have to take all this out to get to it, see if it's leaking. But I can definitely smell something, and it warrants more and more investigation. So we'll just have to spend a bit more time I don't think it's just the cap, and hopefully it'll just be a hose